So I've never done a video like this before, but what I'm going to do is climb down this ladder, and I'm going to try to trigger a mission. The mission I'm going to go for is the Ursula mission, which is where you drive along a certain side of the road. Can I survive this and go for it? I'm good. So I'm gonna try to do the Ursula mission, but first I need my car. Okay, so I own the taxi company. This should be an easy fix. I'm calling him.
Hey, can I get a cab?
Stay where you are. I got a driver right around the corner.
Appreciate it.
So there's a few things I wanted to talk about, and I guess I can talk about it while I wait for the taxi. And one of them is Versilify. I think I'm saying his name right. He's a PokeTuber. He made a video on MatPat recently, and he's kind of a drama-hungry YouTuber, PokeTuber, still a YouTuber, and he was saying that. Turn that off. Let's see. Mark this on my map.
Vinewood Hills.
So he makes sort of dramatic type videos, and he's considered pretty toxic within the PokeTuber community. Like Hoodlums Crafty and I think Duncan Kneecap, they made videos on him. So he's not a nice individual, at least from what I can tell. But the drama came from, let's see, I think right here is where I trigger Ursula. Turn that off. So the drama concerning MatPat was about shit, hang on. I'm gonna put my controller on charge. One moment. Okay, so one moment still, and good to go. And the drama concerning MatPat was that he did a gameplay video where where he was pretty critical of the game, and the controversy arose from like the fact that he didn't link a downloadable copy of the game in the description. So honestly, I don't think it should be a controversy, personally. It's kind of late out, she might not be here, but I don't think it should be a controversy, personally, because, well, not everyone who plays a game is going to link a downloadable copy of the game in the description. And the way in which he tagged the video, and the way in which he, you know, I guess tried to make the video as accessible as possible, was that he put a bunch of tags in there that weren't necessarily about the game. And while that is a little seedy, I don't think it needs to be its own controversy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that a person should be able to play a game and be critical of the game without there needing to be this huge controversy on Twitter and from other YouTubers. And someone like Versilify making a video about MatPat in the first place is kind of odd, because I don't know, I guess maybe he's done it before, but I'm not sure. But it rubs me the wrong way, because I think he's doing it for all the wrong reasons. Like, if he actually cared, there's other ways to go about it. Like, if he cared that much about a game being seen or not seen, okay, perfect. I can do the Runaway Bride mission instead.
I just need a ride.
Hop in.
Can you please give me a ride? I can't do it. I can't marry him.
All right, come on. I got you.
Yeah, hop in. I'll do the runaway bride instead. I'll do yours till sometime later.
Just get me out of here, please. I live in Vinewood Hills, Campbell Hill Drive.
But
Oh God, thank you so much. I was starting to think
like,
nobody
I
was
could
going
play
to
a game
stop.
and be critical of the game.
In a wedding dress and they assume
But as long-
crazy. He's the crazy
Hang on, I'm gonna let her
one,
talk.
not me. Talk about anger issues. Oh my God, no! I think that's him. He's coming after me. Leave me alone! I'm done with you!
You're done when I say you're done.
Get me away from him,
He sounds like a
please.
nice man.
I can't go back there!
And you was gonna marry this nigga?
I never want to see you
good
or
lord.
your mother again! Are you getting the hint yet? I don't want to marry you!
I'm doing a lot of spin outs and I don't mean to.
You're a little boy in a man's body with a little boy's dick!
Ouch. But he's heard that before though, to be honest with you.
This
The
guy
way he's
here,
acting.
This is a real man!
I mean, I could kill him, but I think that messes up the mission.
It's over! There's nothing you can do about it!
Nobody embarrasses me in front of my boys. Jeez, that bitch is supposed to be my wife.
I'm gonna stick to the road for a sec. Maybe I can run him that way.
Makes you look bad.
I think she's done talking, but I don't think anybody who is critical of a game
Why
during
don't you marry
gameplay.
one of your douchebag
Jesus
friends?
Christ. I hate this. She just talks and talks.
Think
Oh,
of
no.
all the alimony I've saved you!
This is one way to do a divorce.
I will make your life a living hell.
Oh no!
This is a just
Oh
a,
no! Every
I-
time we had sex, I wanted to vomit! Oh my God!
well, you wanted to get away,
I
didn't you?
never want to see you or your mother again!
If I can't have you,
Like, he's catching up
everyone said
impossibly fast.
both
I think I'm leaving him behind.
Are you getting the hint yet? I don't want to marry you!
I should have known there would have been a lot of talking.
In a man's body with a little boy's dick!
You said that before.
This guy here, this is a real man!
I wish there was a way to mute her. That'd be nice.
my bang will surprise me. Twice.
I'm afraid to.
Over. There's
Yep.
nothing you can do about it!
I'm afraid to start talking because then she'll start talking. Ruins any flow in what I had, what I was saying.
Why don't you marry one of your douchebag friends? Oh no!
You're fine.
If he doesn't kill me, you will!
My lead.
I'm just gonna go in a
Nobody
circle.
embarrasses me in front of my boys.
Think of all the alimony I've saved you! Every time we had sex, I wanted to vomit!
That dress makes you look fat.
I know I've completed this mission before. I just don't remember how
I never
exactly
wanna
I was
see
able to
you
lose this
or
guy.
your mother again!
I will make your life a living hell.
Are you getting the hint yet? I don't want to marry
My car is like
You're a little boy in
fully
a man's
modded.
body with a little boy's dick.
And he's able to keep up with me somehow.
If I can't have you, no one else will.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn around and ram him. Well, that's him right there.
Everyone said you were a psycho host beast.
He's the psycho,
No
honestly.
way.
I banged most of the bridesmaids. Some of them twice. You shouldn't be wearing white, you whore.
Keep your eyes on the road. This guy here, this is a real man.
Out of my league.
Oh God, this is a nightmare.
Oh God.
It's over. There's nothing you can do about it.
I'll try to pop his tires when I'm afraid
Why
he'll
don't you
freak
marry
out
one of your
and ruin the
douchebag
mission.
friends? Think of all the alimony I've saved you.
See you later, douchebag. Wait, here he comes.
I wanted to vomit.
Oh, she's the worst. They both suck.
I never want to see you or your mother again.
Oh God, don't blow up.
If he doesn't kill me, you will.
I crossed several
Finally.
roads.
Now please take me home. I can't wait to get out of this stupid dress.
Okay.
Whatever, girl. Shit, it's a free country. You got it?
I should never have let it go
The
this
runaway
far.
bride
Oh,
mission,
God.
fellas.
What's my dad going to say? He spent 10 grand just on ice sculptures for the reception. We had these cute little cell phone covers made with our photo on them. It was going to be so fabulous.
Oh, yeah. It sure sound like it.
Oh God, I hope they don't make me give back the gifts. Ugh,
Oh.
whatever. Anything to be rid of him. And at
Sorry
least
if
I
I'm
lost all
sighing a
that
lot.
weight.
It's just I don't
Damn, what
like
did you
her
even see in
talking
that
so
guy?
much.
On paper, he was perfect. Rich, successful, the big car, the house in Vinewood Hills. And he was nice to me sometimes after the rages. I thought I could change him. Are you married?
Hell nah. And listen to you, I ain't in no damn rush neither.
And I know he did some hooker on his bachelor party. But he just kept smiling and talking about his stupid bro pass. You know, he told me once that infidelity doesn't count out of state. Well, guess who's got the honeymoon tickets? Two can play at that game. I might even get pregnant. I'll have some Greek waiter's baby. See how he likes that. There was no way I was having kids with that Neanderthal. The thought of perpetuating his DNA? Ugh, I couldn't do that to the world.
Damn. And you got over this fast.
You should see his friends. They were all there, hungover, grinning like a bunch of slow kids at a petting zoo.
She lives pretty close to me.
I have never met bigger douchebags in my life. I would literally rather disembowel myself with a jagged piece of glass than play hostess to those morons ever again. And his. Thank you so much. You saved me from the worst decision of my life.
You're welcome. Alright, so to get back to what I was talking about, and to keep it interesting, I'm gonna go to my property, downtown cab, and pick up some cabs. Okay, so what I was saying about the controversy was that MatPat is trending because, or was, isn't currently, because he was critical of a game that he played and he didn't link a downloadable copy in the description, and he used tags that make things more accessible. Like he would use tags of games that he wasn't playing to you know, try to get more people to click on the video. But I don't think it needs to be a controversy personally, and I don't think anybody who plays the game and is critical of the game should also have to 100% add a downloadable copy of the game in the description, because the game that he's playing is in the title of the video. And if you're interested in buying the game, then a simple Google search of that game name will turn up a downloadable copy. So the controversy in my eyes is just kind of stupid. And of course, if it's a stupid controversy... Oh, are there no cabs here? Ugh, I hate that. I'm gonna go home and save. Yeah, so the controversy, there doesn't need to be one. Could you imagine, like, Game Grumps, if they played a game, they were critical, but oh my god, they didn't link a downloadable copy of the game. It's just ridiculous. And Versilify is the one making a video about it. Like, he's called other PokeTubers pedophiles with very little to no proof of that. Like, he is the PokeTuber equivalent of Onision at that point. And wait, oh shit, I just went to my other property. Hang on, I need to actually go home. There we go. So it's just such bullshit, you know. There doesn't, but there were so many people dogpiling on MatPat on Twitter about it, and a lot of them weren't making very good points. Versilify didn't make any good points, if I'm being honest. And I just think it's all kind of stupid. I really do. Because MatPat's a good channel, and I don't watch his live streams because I don't personally like live streams unless they're from a certain person on Twitch that I like a lot, or people on Twitch that I like a lot. I do understand some of his fans like them, and he does them a lot. But God forbid he do one where he doesn't explicitly add a downloadable copy of a game to his description and using different tags. You know, that's kind of crazy that people are so upset about it. It just kind of made me mad, especially for Versilify being the one to, you know, throw stones in his glass house of all places. He's done so much awful stuff. Like, just go watch the Hoodlum Scrafty video, and you'll see that he's one of the most toxic. I'm riding a motorcycle this time around. To the taxi company. Hopefully there'll be taxis this time around. Turn that off. And it's just kinda annoys me. And I guess another big controversy that I could talk about. I think I got time. Let's see. Yeah, I got time. Another big controversy that I can talk about is the RiceGum thing that's happening. Which, like, if you didn't know, and you're watching this video for some reason, and you haven't seen H2H2 video, then you're doing YouTube kind of wrong. But that's okay. It's that, RiceGum, did this thing, him and Jake Paul, not together, but they did it around the same time, of a loot box scam. I'll save all the details so you can just watch that on H2H2 video, but he ended up, H2H2 ended up making a response video to RiceGum's apology, wherein RiceGum said sorry, and it seemed somewhat heartfelt, I guess, and he threw out Amazon gift cards, $10 to $20 a piece, for people to use, but a little bit of investigation of that proved that all the gift codes were in fact used already. And oh, there's one taxi, thank God. I'll take that taxi. I'll park right here. And one of the investigation proved that all the gift cards were used in May of 2018.
What's going on?
Anything going, dispatch?
I got a pickup not too far from you. Sending you the address now.
You can get that one to me.
So H3H3 made a response video to RiceGum's
Taxi!
pretty lackluster apology. And it was a funny video that H3H3 did, in which he called Rice Gum a snitch, because Rice Gum pointed out, like, well, I did this, but so did everyone else, and no one called them out. Why am I getting called out for it? Which is, I'm not sure if I'm using the terminology correctly, but I think it's like a whataboutism. What about them? You know, I did the wrong thing, but they also did too. And so why am I getting in trouble, but they're not? But it was a pretty funny video from H3H3's, you know, points and stuff. It's just pretty funny. I liked it. But yeah. So Rice Gum made a response video to H3H3's response video, and well, boy, he had just all the class in that video, didn't he? If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, he went after H3H3's pregnant wife, who I've heard, not sure, didn't do the research, but I believe them. She's a war veteran and pregnant, and he went after her pretty hardcore. He called her Monotone Monica, which, like, I gotta say, I've heard similar insults come from Donald Trump. So it's like, I don't know. It sounds like an insult Donald Trump would come up with. It doesn't sound like an insult Rice Gum should be using. But he also used that clip where he in that video where he made fun of that sexual assault victim. He asked her, did it feel good though? Which is disgusting, and he was rightfully called out for that. But oh, sweet, dropped him off. The autosave's already kicked in, so I can go ahead and pick up another fare.
Any jobs I can pick up?
Got cancel on me, so this is a job for you right now.
Where
I
at?
got it.
Yeah. So he got called out for that, asking her if it felt good though, right? So I'm sorry, I'm distracted. One moment, I'm trying to figure out where that little blue dot is. Oh, behind the thing. Okay. But he used that soundbite of him asking the sexual assault victim if it felt good. He used that clip in his making fun of H3H3 video, especially making fun of Ela Klein, H3H3's girlfriend or wife. Yeah, wife. And well, sorry, I'm touching the mic. It's just so tasteless and tacky. I commented on it, but it's just, I hate it, and I hate everything about it. But that's another controversy, is the one featuring, and like, he's got a ton of likes on the video. He's got like 100,000 likes on his video where he uses a soundbite where he made fun of a sexual assault victim and streamed her without letting her know. He used that soundbite, 100,000 likes. I mean, he's got like 80, almost 90,000 dislikes on the video, but still, at the same time, I legitimately can't fathom. But then, I can. He's got kid fans, and they're just gonna blindly support Rice Gum just because, I don't know, they must like him for some reason. Kids are kind of dumb. Look at TikTok if you don't believe me. And, well, 100,000 likes, and someone pointed out in the comment section, if his videos were age restricted, he wouldn't have any likes, because then all the people that are liking it are most likely children. But he's done a bunch of shitty stuff in the past before, like iDubbbz made a video on him, so I mean, a content cop on him, but he did it in such a way that I thought was kind of cool. He did it like where it looked like he was gonna make a content cop on Jake Paul. Everybody got excited. Thumbnail said Jake Paul, everything like that. The title of the video said Jake Paul, but when you actually watch the video, he's actually talking about Rice Gum, and he said he did that because Rice Gum would most likely accuse him of using his name, Rice Gum, to draw in more viewers and just ape his fame for views. So iDubbbz predicted that and changed the video to the Jake Paul one, when it was actually about Rice Gum. So, you know, kind of beat him to the punch, and I really liked that video. Butch did a rap on him at the end, like a diss rap, which is what Rice Gum's known for and why all the kids like him. But all of his raps and majority of his music, and I've listened to most of it just to see what some of my friends were into, you know. And are they parked over where I'm supposed to park in? Okay, you're welcome. And all of them are bad.
How's it looking out there, dispatch?
All the songs are, or the majority of them are.
Yeah, I got that.
Let's see.
Okay, all yours. You're not far away.
But no, he's just a complete asshole. I don't think he has any redeeming qualities about him. Even when he's apologizing and trying to look, you know, ashamed, it comes across like as inauthentic. And in everything he does, he just comes across as fake to me, personally. I know he's got a lot of fans, but most of them are, like I said, children. And honestly, I'd rather children watch something else. Like, it talked about guava juice. Like, I would rather watch, the kids I know are my nieces, nephews, stuff like that. I'd rather them just watch guava juice. Or my nephew, actually, he's a big fan of shoot, that one guy, Brandon something. I bumped that. He's more like the guy who does Project Zorro and hack videos and stuff like that, mystery boxings and things like that. The videos are so fake when you sit down and actually start watching them. But kids are impressionable, and my nephew Wesley, he really likes those videos. I'd never tell him that. That'd be like telling little kids Santa isn't real, that the dude's videos are fake, you know. But Rice Gum, I'm just glad none of my nephews or nieces are into him. I'd just be so ashamed. I mean, like what you like, you know, watch what you want to watch, but I would definitely try to show them other kid channels they should be watching. I could have turned off back there, but I'll just turn off up here, it's fine. But no, yeah, it's just a lot of controversy, a lot of stupid stuff. Oh, he's turning. Oops, almost hit him. It's just a lot of that. Where'd you go?
Taxi!
I'm here.
Let's go, please.
One time, you see that little cat right there? I hit the cat, and I picked up the, yo, that's that chariot thing guy, the chariot guy. I picked him up, and I hit the cat, and they said, you ran over that man. You killed that man. So the game is kind of glitchy. I wouldn't say glitchy, it's just the little details, I guess, like that are not polished, which is fine. You know, it's nothing to get mad about. In fact, I think it's kind of funny. Like, if you hit a deer, some of the dialogue will indicate that you hit a man. And I hit a cat, and he said I hit a man. So there's a few things wrong with the game, but ultimately I really like this game. And this will probably be the majority of my content here that I'm making public. I have a ton of videos that I have unlisted, and I send them to people, but I never make them public. And this is my first attempt at a public video. I'm actually more comfortable with the mic now than, like, even 5 minutes ago I wasn't that comfortable with it, but now I'm a little bit more comfortable. I just ramble on about a bunch of stuff that I'm concerned about. Like, oh, another thing. And I want to make sure I got time to actually talk about this, so once I drop her off, I'm going to check my time. I'm going to drop her off right here. Okay, let's see if I have enough time.
Well done. Thanks.
Yeah, I got about 17 minutes. I got enough time to definitely talk about this. It's the Trump situation and the government shutdown. Now, I used to be really into politics until Trump got elected. And I know his supporters will say, well, that's a hell of a reason to get out of politics. But no, honestly, it is. It's just, at this point, back when I was back into
New
politics,
pickup.
was,
Who wants it? First come, first serve.
okay, yeah, I'll pick somebody up.
I got it.
Oops. Yeah,
Thanks, Brad. Location should be up on your GPS.
yeah, I used to be really into politics. That was back during the Obama years when things weren't so tyrannical. I feel like this is the same lady.
I think I need a bigger TV.
Let's go, please.
Some of the dialogue in this game. I need a bigger TV, like I care. But the Trump border wall situation is he's created a government shutdown. Sorry, I bumped the mic.
Man, look the fuck out.
He created a government shutdown. He did a government shutdown because he's trying to use that as leverage to, you know, get the wall built. I'll let the government resume its process and everyone go back to work while, as long as I get my money for the wall. And I might say something unpopular here, undoubtedly. I've already said a couple of unpopular things, but I understand the urge to want a wall. I wouldn't care where it was, honestly. Like, if I knew there was going to be something that was going to be stood there and not taken down, and it was going to be essentially in my honor, I wouldn't complain about having a wall in my honor. I wouldn't want it to be across from a country that I'm supposedly an ally with. But I understand the urge and the want to have something named after you that's going to be here permanently. I wouldn't mind that at all. In fact, I used to work in a carpentry class, and in there I would often, on the bottom panel of like bus stops and stuff, or outhouse toilets even, I would carve my initials into the bottom. And I guarantee you, I missed my turn, but I guarantee you that the stuff I built is still standing, you know? So I understand the want to have something there in your honor. I have a couple of outhouses in my honor. I mean, people don't know, so I put my name there. But I did. And they're built, and they're located pretty close to me. I could go use one if I wanted to.
Thanks.
Sweet. But the wall, I think he's just going about it the wrong way. Like, he's making a big fuss about it. He wants the attention that comes from it. He wants his cake and to eat it too, essentially, right? Like, he's making a big fuss.
Let me know if you got a pickup for me.
Perfect timing. I got a customer for you right now.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh, they're behind me. Okay, I need to turn around.
Roger that. I'm sending you the location now.
Like, he made a big fuss about wanting a wall. And because he made a big fuss, that's why people don't want the wall there. Because it's just a big bunch of fruitless spending, right?
Let's get this chariot in motion.
And this is a guy who supposedly prides himself on his wealth. So, the fact that like he's having to threaten, or yeah, he's like having to shut down the government just to get money for this monument to him. It's kind of funny because he's supposed to be so wealthy. You know, oh, that looks like one of the cars I made. You know, during the big bank heist, the UD, Union Depository. I had a car. I set all the cars up to look like Power Ranger cars. They're all frost white, one green stripe, one blue stripe, one red stripe. They were so obvious what they were supposed to be for. And I just loved it. It looked like Power Rangers were robbing the Union Depository. But he's so wealthy that you'd think he'd just build the wall with his own money, you know? Or if anything. And what I would want him to do the most is if the wall is 100% going to be built, I would like him to pay for it either out of pocket or use government money to build it, but use it as a way to create jobs for you know, for us, right? I live in the South, and the bad thing about it is this is Trump County. It really is. I say 90% of everyone who lives in my town supports and just loves Trump. I live in the projects where no one likes Trump in the projects, and
Thanks a lot, man.
kind of funny. It's kind of funny to me that in the projects, you know, where all the poor people exist, no one here likes Trump. We're so ingrained to dislike rich people that Trump just, the minute he showed his face, the majority of people that live here where I live were just disgusted. And I was one of them, because I come from
Anything going, dispatch?
a poor
I
family,
gotta pick up
but
not too far from you.
we do
Sending
okay.
you the address now.
Obviously I've got
Yeah, that
a
one
game
too.
system, I'm recording a video for YouTube, I'm doing okay.
Copy that. Should only be a
But,
mile away.
Yeah, just if you're gonna build a wall, use it to create jobs. And I don't know the ins and outs, or even if that would be possible or not. But it's wishful thinking on my part, perhaps.
Let's get this chariot.
But it wouldn't be a bad thing. And I know a ton of people in this small, backwoods-ass town of mine that would just 100% come out to help build the wall. I know some of them that would do it for free, but I know it's just an absolute metric shit ton of people here that would come out and do it for money, definitely. It's a crazy situation right now in the government. But no, I got out of politics, actually 2017, I'd say that's when I left a lot of the political debates and political discussions behind. Because the community grew too toxic, right? Because when Obama was in office, you could have a debate with someone and it wasn't a big thing, right? Because, like I said, I live in the South. Not a lot of people here liked Obama, right?
Thanks a lot, man. Good work.
You're welcome. Give me my money. Wow.
I'm open for a pickup.
Copy that. I've got someone for you.
I got it.
So not a lot of people here liked Obama.
Thanks, driver.
And,
Location should be up on your GPS.
They would frequently complain about him, and I would enter into friendly discussions bordering on debates with them. It was always fun, you know, nothing too serious. No one got up in arms or angry or threatened me. But it was shortly after this got so rude.
Ooh, let's go.
Oh, never mind. Normally he's like, move it, and I hate it. But now the politics is completely toxic, especially where I live. So to enter into any sort of debate, I've actually had my life threatened before. I had people threaten to shoot me. They were strangers on the internet. I wasn't scared, not really. But I bowed out of talking politics a lot. And I still talk politics occasionally, but not as much as I used to. I used to have a penchant for doing that. Just debating with people, and it was always a friendly debate, and I was always respectful. Like, someone would say, I hate Obama, he's just a prick, and I would try to figure out why they think that. I never wanted to assume, oh, it's because he's black and they're southern, so they must be racist. I never assumed that. I never assumed that once, because despite living in the South, not everyone here is a huge racist, but there are a lot of racists here. It's true. In the projects, not as much. A couple, definitely, but they mostly came in from the trailer parks, and that's where a lot of that shit comes from. Shitty parents, shitty life. Gotta hate somebody, right? But, you know, I never assumed they were racist. And we ended up having a pretty nice discussion, where we may not have seen eye to eye, but we were definitely, be mature adults about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check my time real fast. Alright, so I'm gonna wrap this up, this video, by taking this taxi cab back to the depot. Alright, back to the headquarters. And I'll talk a little bit more about I'm not. Seriously, quit asking. I'm dropping this back off and going home and saving. But I used to You know, it was always a lively debate, but it's never disrespectful to one another. But I tell you what, a lot of these Trump supporters, if you disagree with them, even politely like I do, nothing but cruelty from them. And a lot of them will say just the weirdest shit to me, and they think they're being clever. You know, like I get called a lard ass because I'm overweight. I get called, you know, I get accused of being, you know, brainwashed frequently because I don't 100% agree with Trump. You know, and that's not to say I don't agree with him on some things, but there's the majority of it I disagree with. And I've been accused, and this is the same people I've debated with about Obama, and we've always come out the better for it. You know, they know where I stand, I know where they stand, and it's always a nice talk. But when Trump's involved, any disagreement is seen as, oh, you're brainwashed. I've only met, I can count on one hand. Uh-oh, what's happening here?
Take it. I can't afford another hospital bill.
That's right, bitch. Oh no. Well, you know what, sir? Shit. Is it down there? I don't have time for this. Alright, fine, I'll drive the taxi down there and get it. You'll look at me like a little puppy dog until I do. Off-road, baby. Woo! So the bicycle's over here somewhere. Oh, I see it. Oh shit. I wonder, I'm gonna back it up. I wonder if I can just pedal right up that hill. Let's go. Come on, gotta want it. Gotta want it. Come on. This is so difficult. Where's he at?
You got it. Thanks, man. Seriously, you saved my ass.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, this is fucking awesome.
Oh, it's cool, man. My repo instincts kicked in.
He sounds familiar. I have my taxi down there now. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna die. Oh god, don't die. Don't die. Good lord, I almost died for that bicycle. Somebody hits me, I'm gonna get real mad. So basically,
Start, you piece of crap.
start. The debates I have about Trump usually involve me by the same people I used to debate with about Obama and come out the better for it. Involve me being called names, insulted, and there's this mob mentality, right? Like 1,000 against 1 is never okay in my book, right? So when I see dogpiling, I usually try to step in, and like I know I get criticized sometimes for that because it's like white knighting, I guess. But it's just so hard to sit there and see hundreds of people pick on just one person for having an opinion, you know? Oh, there's a lot of taxis here now, man. So what I'm gonna do is get out. My motorcycle isn't parked here anymore. But there's a car I can steal right there. I'll take this one. But I'm gonna head home. But the same people I would, you know, talk to are now suddenly saying I'm brainwashed, or they're dogpiling me. They'll go to posts I make that have nothing to do with politics and try to make it political. You know? They're so hurt by the fact that I don't agree with Trump on some issues. And I don't. You know? I'm very liberal with my political views. And it makes them mad when I don't agree publicly. But I don't think I'm disrespectful. But they accuse me of being disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? One moment. But I'm gonna wrap up here in a sec, fellas, and hop off this video. Just gotta get home. But no, they do get mad way easier than I thought that they would, you know. I figure when half the world, or 80, maybe 70% of the world disagrees with you, you'd have a tougher skin than that, you know. But they're kind of they kind of get mad easy, you know. But I've been called everything in every name in the book because of that. My car's still shitty looking. Nope, it's fixed itself. I'm gonna go save. Well, I'm gonna end this video.